Hello everybody, my name is Nemo. Welcome back to Path of Exile. There was a little lag there, frame rate lag. So there's quite a few things we need to do. As I remember, we had 3 quests and there's different ways I could be going. This path seems to lead to the next act, so that's probably the last path we're taking. There's this quest I don't know what to do with yet. There's this tree blocking my path to over here. Yeah, so I gotta find out a way to get past that. I'm sure I will eventually. There's also this quest, Intruders In Black, which is over here. So I could go to the crossroads and go there. There's also the Way Forward quest, going back to the blocked pass, the Prisoner's Gate from the Western Forest. So just looking at this area is monster level 17, this area is monster level 18. So I think I should be doing this quest first, just because of that. So let's go ahead and see what we can do about that. The waypoint was over here, as I remember. Yeah, alright. And I added some of these blue gems just to level them again, since I had space for it. So we'll be heading off to the crossroads. Chamber of Sins. That sounds a little dangerous. Perhaps? Perhaps not. Who knows, right? We'll find out. Moving my mic a little bit so I have room to use the number keys. Whenever I'm playing Magic, I'm usually keeping my microphone right in front of me because I don't really need to use the keyboard that much. But it's different with this game. Oh, looks like a special loot. Let's use wood. Whoa, 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 I'm actually taking quite a bit of damage here. It's actually down to like half of my life. I haven't been there in a while. Doesn't look like that will be useful to me other than vendor trash. Oh, there's a orange dude. He's not so tough. Picking up some stuff. None of it seemed useful to me, but I guess I can take a closer look. Oh, and I leveled up.
I will repay your gift.
Woo! Alright. Nope, nope. Nope. Alright. But level up means I can now finally get my Resolute Technique skill. Wait, I have one unconfirmed passive skill allocation? Did I... what? Oh no, okay, I need to confirm this. Don't apply, hang on. I'm being attacked. Ah. Yo, I'm trying to confirm a skill. Okay, so it was just because it was unconfirmed, that's all. Not because, alright, that's all. So we're getting this skill now finally. Your hits can't be evaded, never deal critical strikes. That'll be useful because it basically means I can skip on dexterity. I don't really need dexterity other than as a defensive statistic at this point. So I've been looking at the skill tree a little more though. And just check. Let's just apply this first. Let's check if I'm safe still. Alright, there's a boulder here. Nothing under it. Alright, so the skill tree, right? So I've got a little bit of a plan of what I need to do. First off, I think I need to get rid of these. Although it's not that big of a deal right now. And I need dexterity at this point to wield my weapon. But the two-handed damage, I don't know if I'm gonna need that later. I am using a two-hander right now though. These skills aren't that big of a deal, but they're not really in the way of something. They don't really lead up to anything I really need to get. Unless I want to go and get Steel Skin. Maybe Master of the Arena. Something like that. There was a skill over here, I think that was useful to me. Let's... oh wait a second, I'm up too low actually. So being attacked. Well, these guys just don't leave me alone, do they? Maybe I should do this in town, but I don't want to waste the portal scroll. Alright, so I was actually thinking that that skill was over here, but no it isn't. Iron Grip is useful if I want to continue to use Lightning Strike, because it adds my physical damage to projectile attacks, and those lightnings count as projectile attacks, but that's only half of the damage because there's still a melee element to the skill as well, so I don't know if I really want to get that. And I was actually thinking it was somewhere over here, so that this line may have led there, but it doesn't. So yeah, the problem with these skills is it doesn't really go anywhere, and this guy just won't leave me alone. Why does his staff drop all the way over there? I'm not sure, but that's the problem with these skills right here that I have, that I originally got because I wanted butchery. And then another problem here is I took the above path here, whereas I think the lower path would have been better. The reason I didn't take the lower path is because of this enemy critical strike multiplier reduction. These two skills, which I originally just kind of misread, and I just read critical strike and I was like, well, I have no use for critical strikes because I can never deal critical strikes since I'm getting that skill. Jeez, guys. Resolute Techniques, but it's actually a reduction to the chance that enemies will critical strike me, and that would still be useful regardless of Resolute Technique. So this line would have been better because it gives me life and regen, and especially these are actually really good, whereas this just gives me armor, which only helps against physical attacks. So yeah, that's a little bit of a problem here, so I'm gonna need quite a bit of refunding if I want to fix that ever. Which is to say I should have gone this path instead of the upper path here. Other than that, I'm pretty alright where I'm at right now, and my plan is to get blood magic, because that also removes the need for intelligence, which means I can just focus my build straight on strength because I don't need dexterity since I have Resolute Technique, and I won't need intelligence and mana because I'm using my life to spend on casting skills. Well, I guess it's not really casting since I'm... whatever, you know what I'm saying. And then I can also go further here, get Unwavering Stance. And I think there's a useful skill here. Yeah, this steel skin would probably be worth taking, as I'm getting close to it anyways. Unwavering Stance would maybe be useful. Cannot evade enemy attacks. Cannot be stunned. So then, since I can't evade enemy attacks, at that point dexterity becomes really useless to me. So that's good, because then I really can just focus all out on strength. Berserking would be useful, 15% increased attack speed, who wouldn't want that? Now the Golem's Blood over here. I think there was something useful over here. Something about let me think where it's at actually. There's one over here too that I got. Yeah, there's another diamond skin over here somewhere. Which, oh, here it is, right. So that's pretty close, as I can just continue along this path. Get diamond skin here, and then probably go like this. Yeah, because I don't need dual wielding or anything, so I can then go over here, and get Iron Reflexes, which converts my evasion rating to armor. If I want to get that though, because I'm not sure I want to, because if I'm not stacking up on dexterity I won't have that much evasion rating to start with. But it does give me some use for evasion rating when I can't evade because of Unwavering Stance. So there might be like a combo there between those two, but I don't know if that's really that useful. And then I think Point Blank might be useful also if I continue to use lightning strikes, which I probably won't, to be honest, because again, those lightnings, the lightnings that are coming off of it are projectile attacks, and they're definitely up close. So this would help quite a bit in upping the damage for Lightning Strike. If I want to continue with that skill, I'm not sure yet, like I said. And then up here there's also some useful skills. Not the least like this discipline and training. There's this body and soul up here. So I would need to come out from here, get this, and then move my way up. Get the body and soul. Maybe the endurance charge, since I'm still not sure if I really want that or not. And then let's see, I'm just looking at stuff, but then I can go to this skill and from there up, get discipline and training, right? Extra life again, get this skill, and then again move up here and probably get amplify for area of effect damage I might want to use. And then there was a skill like way over here. I'm being attacked again, aren't I? I'm hearing stuff. Well, anyways, and then I would get let's see if I can find the skill again. It's all off the top of my head right now. Inner Force, which I think is pretty good if I get buffs. Since I have been doing some research, it seems this skill is pretty good. And the Warrior, the Marauder, I mean, does get pretty good buffs. But this is all pretty late game stuff if I'm fleshing out the build like this. So I'm probably never gonna really get this far, but you know, it's fun to think about. And Divine Toughness, right? That's the skill I was looking for. So that's the skill I would want to get if I move up here, is 18% increased maximum life as well. And then nothing else really seems that great, although Elemental Equilibrium would be useful if I have multiple different elements to attack with. Because then the idea with this skill is that you attack with like a lightning attack, and then you switch to a cold attack, and then you switch back to the lightning attack. And then you're dealing a lot of damage with the Elemental Equilibrium, but you know, and it's just a bunch of stuff that not that interesting. Zealot's Oath is not something I would want. This body and soul over here obviously is also useful to me, so I might want to get that eventually. So there's a bunch of stuff I eventually would like to get, but first of all I think we'll be moving down here all the way to this blood magic, because I'm getting tired of walking around with 3 mana flasks and then still running low on mana. It's a little annoying. So I think with the amount of life that you get as a Marauder, and the fact that if you're getting that skill you can then totally focus on strength, you should be safe, and it shouldn't cost that much. Like if you look at this 16 mana cost, well, if it's 16 life cost, I can pay that, no problem. So especially by the time I get there, I should probably be able to pay that. And if you, since I have life gain on hit, you know, that also gets around me dying to my own skills or something like that, because I'm getting life while I'm using my skills as well as paying life for using them, so shouldn't be that big of an issue. So that's my plan right now. So we'll see how far I get with all of that. Why is there like a gold amulet randomly over here? I guess I hit something with my lightning strike.
My mana is gone.
See? Out of mana again. I mean, I still have the potions and all that, no problem, but... What did I just pick up? There was something white. Was there a white item? Oh, I don't know. I don't see anything, so I guess I didn't pick up a white item then. I don't know, I could have sworn. Maybe it was like a scrap of a scroll fragment or something like that. So I'm thinking I'm heading the right way. Chamber of Sins. Alright, so this is the way to go for the quest. Let's see the monster level. First of all. Monster level 19.
The spirits are restless and angry.
Alright, well that should be doable, but
blood.
You know, just being a little safe and careful here. I am playing hardcore, so So yeah, those are kind of my plans. It's not nothing fleshed out yet or anything, but it's kind of where I want to go with this. Level up that gem. And that was one of the blue gems I randomly just popped in because as I'm getting... Oh, someone's raising these. Wow, I totally didn't even notice. Look at me paying attention. Pop some pots. And I really do like how this looks. Why? Alright, give me a sec. Something odd is going on here. Oh, this... Right, Whirling Blades is over here. How'd that happen? Oh, I guess since I don't have enough green slots, that's why I took it out. Didn't remember that, but alright. And Double Strike is a red gem, so I can't like switch it out for that. And Shock is a blue gem, so yeah, I have one too few green sockets, but I didn't really use Whirling Blades that much. It's not something I really miss, but it's something I could be using, I guess. So optimally, if I had another slot, I would be using that skill, but I don't, so I'm not. Let's kill this guy as quickly as possible, get out of there, pop a pot in advance, heal him some more, and there's another one raising over here. I see you, dude. I see you. Alright, now we can kill all these guys. Someone's still raising them? Guess not. Alright, there's a greater life flask there. It's bigger than anything I'm using right now, so get out of here. Alright, let's 300 life. Wow, wait a second. Look at that. That just goes to 300 life? Wow. Wow, like 160 and then 300 is next. That's a big difference. Let's equip it. That's really weird if you compare it with the mana flask of the same level. I guess all of a sudden life will be more important. So that may be like a warning to be a little bit more cautious. As if I'm not being cautious enough. Well, maybe I'm not. Because yeah, this is 100 and it goes to 120, right? This one goes from 160 to 300. Guys, I'm trying to tell a story. Why you be interrupting me? Anyways, it seems a little odd to me, but I'll take it. Alright, let's see where else we can go from here. They will never leave me alone, will they? Sorry, I'm doing some stuff. I'm not really paying that much attention. Luckily, I'm still alive. Are they being raised? This is something I must keep asking myself. So not accidentally drank a life potion instead of a mana potion there. Alright, let's focus. Let's focus on the game before I lose my character. I guess I'm being a little unconscious. Unconscious? What? That wouldn't be good. Wow, man. I can sleepwalk and talk. and play a game while I'm unconscious. That is a skill that I'm sure not many people have. Just checking for necromancers over here and rounding them up a little bit. Oh, this guy's blue, alright. He doesn't look any different, but... cold damage, I gotta be careful with that. They may like freeze me or something. Because of that. Additional accuracy. Plus 82 to accuracy rating, which is something I don't need. Again, since I have the passive here, Resolute Technique. Alright, give me a sec, be right back. Alright, I'm back, leveling my gem. For some reason my my light bulb may be starting to... I mean, may need to replace it soon, because all of a sudden there was less light in my room. I was like, what the heck? So I was looking at that. A little weird, but alright. Huh, a round room here. And a special dude. Power charge on critical, that's something for a witch. Or a... whoa, 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 okay. Careful, that guy, enemy stick uses Viper Strike. Well, whatever Viper Strike is, it deals a lot of damage. Look at how much I get healed from hitting them though. The life gain on hit support gem is really, really good. Alright, now you're dead. And you too.
I cannot carry this.
I cannot carry this. Special greater life flask. Go. Pick that up before I head to town, and I'll identify it real quick. 50% reduced amount to recover. That's a pretty hefty cost. Has to be pretty good for me to want that. 135% increased recovery speed. That doesn't really... yeah, that's not a good trade-off. 50% of recovery is applied instantly. Okay, well that's useful. Grants 40% of life recovery to minions. So I wonder, I don't use minions obviously, but I wonder if I use minions if they would also get that 50% of recovery applied instantly. I imagine they would. It seems to be the way this game kind of handles. But anyways, yeah, it is slightly better than that one. So I am gonna switch those out, but I don't know if it's better than a regular greater life flask. I don't think it is. As long as you're being cautious and using them in time, a normal one should be better. But you know, you could get in pretty scary stuff, and then instant life gain is pretty good, of course. So I don't know. It's an interesting trade-off there.
What?
Let's get rid of some of this crap. I don't want it just because it has one socket. That's not enough for me. This could be good. And then get rid of these. Although I guess I could keep them actually. And just stash them. Why not? Now puts them over there, of course. Alright, let's identify this thing and that. Set and that. Alright, that looks good. Let's look at boots first. Dexter 41 armor and 41 evasion. Alright. Well, that is better, and I think it would allow me to switch out the skill I was using. Yeah, I just gotta get rid of the increased rarity of items found. Unfortunately, I don't never like doing that, but I think it'll be for the best. More armor is always good as well. And because now I'm at 64 decks, right? And that means if I take out 20 decks, I still have 44. So I would be able to equip this and this, which I think were the ones I wouldn't be able to equip otherwise once I refund this skill. But now I can. But that relies on me keeping those boots forever, and I don't know if I want to really rely on that. So I don't think I'm gonna do that just yet, though. Doesn't seem like the smartest idea. Let's this over here for my archer duel, which I never use anymore. Alright, let's look at this amulet now. 90% increased rarity of items found. That's better than that. 3% elemental resists. Most of that isn't really that good. +1 to all attributes. +1 mana gained when you kill an enemy. 29 to maximum life is good, and fire resistance too. Okay, so I'm gonna use that amulet now. Seems like it shall be better for me in the long run. Oops, I didn't want to click on you, Groost. Sorry, Groost. I don't want to talk to you right now. So that's it. We'll be moving back through the portal and picking up the rest of this loot. Quivers and a rapier, stuff I don't want to use, but hey, stuff to sell, stuff to sell. So let's see. I've been, well, pretty much got this covered. I don't think there's much more there, so I gotta move southwest from here. These diagonal, I don't know, how do you call this? Yeah, this is sort of diagonal, right? So it's always hard to tell what's south and what's west and stuff, so I call it southwest, northwest, northeast and southeast. So that's the thing that makes the most sense. Okay, can't go there. Some kind of tree is blocking my way with its roots. This place is really overgrown then. Now, he was humping the pot instead of stepping on it. Alrighty. I can't cross. Oh. Huh. I was thinking I would need to go there, but I can go here too. It may be better anyways, because it's the furthest from my starting point in this map, so that may be the way I need to go anyways. But who knows? Who knows? I certainly don't. It's all a matter of just keeping on. Finding where you need to go eventually. Let's break some pottery. Random acts of vandalism in the hopes of finding some more loot in them. How you doing, dudes? Yeah, probably a little bit less good now that I'm here, right? Alright, seems I found the way down. And it connects to that path that was blocked over there. Okay, that makes sense. Let me get a drink.